Welcome to the first behind-the-scenes video of the Effective Statistician. In these videos, I want to give you a little bit of a sneak view behind the scenes of what is happening, what is currently going on behind the scenes, what the team is working on, some projects that we are already working on that are not yet publicly seen on a homepage or anything like that. And so you can get a little bit of understanding what we're working on, how we are working, who's all working there. And so stay tuned for these videos here on this YouTube channel. And if you want to learn more about these, then just subscribe to this channel. So now let's enjoy these videos. My big first news is that we now have the first keynote presenter of the Effective Statistician conference that is happening in fall this year, so in November 2024. And that is Sebastian Schneeweiß. If you don't know about him already, he is leading a very, very influential institution at the Harvard Medical School and is doing a lot of research on real-world evidence. So he applied the target trial to various big claims databases for various indications and compared the data from these real-world studies with the clinical trials. He really pushes forward to complement clinical trials with real-world evidence, and he very, very much supports a target trial framework. So at the conference, he will speak about some practical implications from all his research for us statisticians, real-world evidence scientists, and anybody else who is generating data for new treatments or already available treatments. So stay tuned for more on the conference. Some other updates from the conference are that we get more and more speakers submitting their abstracts. So if you also want to submit an abstract, that is pretty easy. Just send it to conference@theeffectivestatistician.com. And you can find all the requirements for the abstract on the conference homepage on theeffectivestatistician.com. Now we also have the opportunity for you to present a poster or 80-minute presentation, but you can also contribute a session together with others. This session can be a workshop, it can be a typical kind of 3, 4, 5 presenters that do that. It can be a panel discussion, or it can be any combinations of these. And you have slots for 60 or 90 minutes, so that is pretty nice for you. Now we also get more and more volunteers to help with the conference, which I'm super happy about. And they help with Chantal in the background to get all the conference things up to speed. So if you're interested, just reach out to Chantal at theeffectivestatistician.com because Chantal is the co-host of the conference together with me. And we also get more and more sponsors for the conference. The latest sponsor was Jazz Pharmaceuticals, who is really investing in the community, and I do hope that many other companies follow Jazz and the other sponsors that we already have. Now what you can see here is a first look into the HiHive space that we are creating specifically for the conference. So HiHive is a very, very nice online platform where you can move your avatar around, talk to other people that are also there. There are action points on this platform, so you can watch presentations, you can watch posters, you can interact with homepages, surveys, all kind of different things. And there's also some fun elements for you on these higher Hive planes. So these will be the areas where the networking will take place and where also the poster presentations will take place. So you can there meet others that are interested in similar areas, because we will have specific areas for specific topics like real-world evidence or adaptive designs or multiplicity or any of the other kind of big topics that are important for our research. And we will also have some areas just to meet others. Yeah, for example, if you're from the same location, or if you have a similar kind of hobby or things like that. So we'll have also some places around these, so that you can also learn and network with others beyond just kind of the professional stuff. Another update I want to quickly is about courses. So currently we have the second wave of the SAS to R course running, and Thomas is doing a great job in that. He took some of the learnings from the first wave and included it in this wave. Now he will surely run further waves. So if you're interested in learning R, because you already know SAS and you want to see how that exactly applies to our clinical research area, and you want to have interactive sessions, not just kind of online learnings, then you can enroll into this program. This program helps you to move from SAS to R, and then you have access to all the upcoming sessions with Thomas, and you also have access to all the different recordings that we have. And by the way, we also do regular Q&As with Thomas, so you can stay in touch and learn more about R. Now, for a couple of years, we are already running the leadership program for individual contributors. Well, also supervisors and others have participated in this, but really it was mostly targeted to the typical project statistician, lead programmer, or data scientists who need to work in this typical metrics organizations, where you have a project team and you need to convince people in these project teams. And Gary and I are running this now for several years in open forms, and increasingly more also for companies. And what's currently happening is that we run this also now with several academic institutions, with Duke, with Stanford, with the Charité, with a couple of further institutions in the UK like Imperial, Queen Mary, Exeter, and also Salzburg universities there. So many different places. And we plan to take all the learnings that we got from that also to the to another wave that we are starting probably end of this year. So watch out if you're in academia, then you will have the opportunity to join these programs specifically around academics. Now, what I'm also doing there, I'm working together with the heads of these different departments to help them improve their leadership skills and how they run their organizations to better achieve their goals, actually also to define what are goals for them. And that has proven to be a really cool discussion, and we'll definitely develop something based on these discussions for academic leaders, so really leaders of organizations. We are currently running or about to close our first leadership program that is designed specifically for supervisors, so for programmers, data scientists, statisticians that have direct reports, because these need, beyond the typical skills that we have already included in the course for the individual contributors, also other skills. And we will now repackage that into a new program, and that is likely to start in September this year. So watch out for more news around this if you're a supervisor. And then the third layer that we are currently running is a leadership program for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. And here the target is really for those people that want to drive bigger things forward. For example, they start or already have their own company, or they want to move something really big in organizations, like they own a big department, or they need to drive forward a big change initiative, things like that. For these people, the intro and entrepreneur level of the leadership program will be super interesting. And we are working on lots of other courses in the background. And for these courses, we have a new model that we are working on. Now, this new model is that we will have the experts that typically kind of know everything about a specific topic, or kind of have, all the reference points, very often they publish extensively on these topics, and they work together with volunteers from the Effective Statistician, and then they also get help from my team, from the team that helps with all the heavy lifting in the background, that can do all the admin work, fine-tuning your slides, cutting videos, managing home pages, setting up emails, all these kind of administrative tasks that, well, we as statisticians have never been trained on. So this will make it very, very easy for people to create new courses, but also free content. And so I'm really, really looking forward to this. So stay tuned, we'll have more information regarding this pretty soon. And now some news from the team. Here you can see a screenshot from a team meeting we had recently. And you can see that the team is actually growing quite a lot. We have more and more people. Here you can see many of them from the Philippines, and also Chantel. And yes, we definitely need some more gentlemen in this area. So let's see how that will work out in the future. So what is the team currently working on? So first, we are working on a couple of new pages that we are adding to our homepage. The first will be a resourcing page. So a resources page is probably the better way to state it. So on this page, we, for example, will have a collection of small, mid-sized suppliers that do stats, data science, consulting services, from one-man shows to kind of mid-sized companies that help you with data science, statistics, programming, and that are not the common big players, because all these big players anyway have big marketing departments, and you know them anyway. So, but who I really want to help are also niche players. We are also working on increasing our buffer within the episodes. If you're following the Effective Statistician very, very closely, you notice that we recently had actually a gap in our editorial calendar, and we didn't publish a Tuesday episode. And this is because there was just too much going on in the background, and especially on my plate. And now we have reorganized things, and we are working on increasing the buffer that we have on all the episodes. We also streamlined some of the things so that less is on my plate because it appeared that I was actually the bottleneck. So therefore, you can probably get much more reliable episodes in the future. And we have some amazing podcast guests that are already scheduled. Lots of them also are from, for example, special interest groups, from PSI, from FSPI, and from other areas. And if you are interested also in contributing to the podcast, either as a volunteer or as a guest, then just send an email to podcast@theeffectivestatistician.com. We are also, yes, we are working on starting to write SOPs because I realized we have a growing team and standard operating procedures will just help quite a lot. Also, we will do that a little bit differently than in the regulated pharma industry. We don't need these SOPs to show to, any regulators. This is really just for making our work internally easier. One other thing that we're working on in the background is a leadership survey. Here, especially a shout out to Teresa Greco, who is pushing this forward, and this will help you to better understand where your strengths are, where your gaps are in terms of leadership. We are also working on a couple of different cheat sheets. So, for example, cheat sheet about SARS-2R and some others. And there especially Chantal is doing a great job to create these and make these available to the community. If you also want to contribute on that, then just reach out to Chantal at theeffectivestatistician.com. She's very, very likely to help you with that. And we are working behind the scenes also to make all the other free content that we have, like cheat sheets, like webinars, like recordings, all kind of different things, easier available to you. So stay tuned, there will be some more news coming about this as well.